Hello, hello, it's me. It's me, guys. Welcome to my pod, bitch. Welcome to my pod, bitch. Welcome to HangBang, guys. If you want to get fucking hang bang the shit out of you, then you're in the right fucking place. Hi, guys. Welcome back to my podcast, HangBang. I realized that all my intros, I never say the name of the podcast, which I don't think I should, right? Like, that's what all the cool kids do, right? They just started and they're like, hi, what's going on? I ate a frog yesterday or something. Like, I don't know what you guys do in your free time, but as you guys know or you don't know, I don't know, whatever. I started recording video. Wow. So disclaimer, caution, I'm ugly. God. Fuck. I'm sorry, okay? I just want to apologize. I want to apologize for this. Obviously, I brought out the fucking quality with the mic fucking crisp. It's gonna be fucking crisp. But now I have a fucking camera as well that's gonna be crisp, and you guys will probably see my crisps. You know what I'm saying? So no, I didn't put any makeup today. I'm exhausted, okay? I don't know how you've been doing. Tell me about it if you want. If you don't, I don't then I don't know. But I've just been tired this month. Is that just me? I feel like I had kind of like a slow start to the year, and now this month especially, like March, I've just been busy, like, and I'm so tired. Fucking eye bags. I don't know if you can see. If you can see, don't say anything. But that's why I wore my glasses today, so that I can cover up my face more. I can even like put the mic like that, so you guys won't really see me that much. But I apologize, okay, for all my video listeners. Anyways, yeah, I started doing video because why not? I don't know, why not? That's what I'm saying. But this is my set. Okay, this is my set um on my bed. Obviously. And yeah, this is where all the magic happens. Wink wink. And by magic I mean this. Yeah, that was a look into my sex life, guys. You're welcome. Very spicy material. But yeah, welcome back. Thanks for joining me today. If you're not joining me today, that's okay too. I don't have a preference. But today we're discussing obviously the Oscars. We're discussing the Oscars. They happened a few weeks ago, March 10th. And yeah, I just wanted to do a recap. I think I mentioned in my previous episode that I was going to talk about the Oscars, whatever. God, I fucking hate the Oscars. I'm just going to start right off the bat. I hate the Oscars. Okay, I think the Academy needs to be canceled. Why are we canceling random people on TikTok when we can be canceling the Academy? Why? You know? So we're gonna do a little recap. We're gonna talk about the winners. We're gonna talk about the losers. Even though everyone is a winner, okay, everyone is a winner. Even Mr. Bradley Cooper, God bless him, he tried really hard, guys. But everyone is a winner at heart, and yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about my favorites, okay, because obviously I have favorites. Obviously, I also had to dress for the occasion. It is the Oscars after all. Oscars are all about luxury, glamour, glam bots. Okay, so I was thinking, if I were to go to the Oscars, what would I wear? And this is what I settled on. I think that's fire. I think that's fire. For my audio listeners, I'm wearing a so okay, someone pretend you're like an interviewer and asking me like what I'm wearing, okay? Okay, I'll pretend myself that I'm an interviewer. Oh my god, hi Monica. What are you wearing today? And then they turn the mic to me, right? Oh my god, thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here today. Yeah, my outfit, I have this beautiful white shirt, white t-shirt that says NY on it with blue letters and the year 1925. 1925. That was a big year for New York. I assume NY stands for New York. That was a big year for New York. That's when, that's Independence Day for New York, right? That's when the city was invented, I think. Um but yeah, that's a H&M shirt, okay? And then I'm wearing some gray sweatpants, also H&M actually, funny enough. So H&M, please sponsor me. Thank you very much. And I'm also wearing some white socks, which funny enough, they're also from H&M. So I'm dripped out in H&M, and H&M stands for honey and money, honey, money, honey. Yes, Queen Slay cunts. But yeah, that's my outfit, and then my hair, obviously, little pigtails because I'm a fucking child. That's 12 years old. But yeah, that's my outfit. I was thinking of like putting something more glamour, but guys, I'm so lazy. I'm actually really lazy. I didn't want to do it. I was like, you know what? Like, if this is the first video I'm putting out, the world deserves to see me how I look like every day of my life. This is how I look every day of my life. So someone please take me out. Please take me out, like take me out the country, take me out of the city, out in the city so I can dress up a little because come on, this is getting a little miserable, I think. Whatever. Anyways, I think I look fire. So if I go to the Oscars one day, don't question why I might pull up like this. I think it's a cute outfit. I'm gonna be different. Everyone's gonna be glamour. I'm gonna be casual. You know what I mean? Like just cash. I'm cash. So what did I do for the Oscars? I had friends over. We had a little friendly competition, even though at the end it wasn't so friendly, guys. We basically we were fist fighting at the end. But everyone put in their predictions for who's going to be the winners, and then whoever got the most right was going to win, a little prize. Now if you can see here, I have a little friend right next to me, okay? Little stuffed animal. And no spoilers, but that might have been one of the gifts for the winners. Cause I'm a winner, baby. Also, I just realized like you guys might see my fucking posture, which is like this. So I'm gonna be trying to be more conscious of it. And God, see, this is why I shouldn't have done video because you guys are gonna see everything. Just stresses me out. Anyways, fuck. What should we start with? Let's start. I'm pretty sure you guys already know what my favorite movies are of last year. I have a bunch, but one of them is Poor Things. Yes, I did an episode on this called Barbie on Acid where I talked about Poor Things and I talked about Barbie as well. And let's talk about it. Why wasn't Greta Gerwig nominated for Best Director? Someone answered that to me. I'm actually really curious as to why she wasn't nominated. I think it's a little ridiculous. And hear me out, okay? You can think whatever you want about Barbie, okay? You can think whatever you want about the movie. I don't care. You liked it, you didn't like it. If you don't like it though, I am judging. as you guys know. I feel like this year's Oscars, the theme of this year's Oscars should have been women. Okay? Women. We're celebrating women. We're celebrating like women in the industry. Because honestly, I think we need that a little bit. What do you think? So for her not to be nominated, it was kind of like, oh, that's kind of sad. However, there was another female director nominated for Best Director. I think Justine something for Anatomy of a Fall, which was an amazing movie. Like, I'm not saying anything. It was a great movie, but I feel like one more woman in the category would have been so nice, don't you think? I think so. So what movies were nominated? There was a lot of movies nominated. Obviously, I didn't watch every one of them. I did, however, watch most of the Best Picture movies. Now, guys, sometimes I like to challenge myself, let's say, and so I was boycotting Christopher Nolan and Martin Scorsese. So I did. Those are the only two movies from the Best Picture category that I didn't watch. Will I ever watch them? Probably not, because fuck them. Actually, also, let's talk about this. Fucking Bradley Cooper. What the fuck is up with that guy? Maestro? I literally never heard of this movie until I saw it in the Oscars list. I was like, what? And I think he said that he was like studying the character, he was like writing the movie, whatever. He was doing that all for like 4 years of his life or something. I have no idea. He spent like a long time doing this. And I'm like, what? And then he was nominated. I haven't heard of this movie until literally the Oscars. And by the way, this movie sounds like the fucking Room. Okay? Fucking Tommy Wiseau, whatever. I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that Bradley Cooper wrote this, directed it, starred in it. Like it was okay, sir. Okay, maestro. So what's this movie about? I have no idea. I think it's about some composer guy with a big nose. That's all I know about it. And listen, I have nothing against big noses, okay? But it's personally not my thing, I would say. I'm not seeking out for them. You know what I mean? I feel like average size anything is good. Average size nose, it's fine. Average size penis, it's just normal. Average size. Average is good, guys. Average is good. Anyways, but I did watch everything else. Let's see. American Fiction was good. It was alright. Barbie, obviously, I love Barbie. Anatomy of a Fall. Let me see what's the director's name here. Wait, was I wrong? Maybe her name was not Justine and I just made it up. God. I'm so sexist, right? Like, you think of a woman, the first woman name is like Justine. God, so sexist. Oh yeah, it is Justine. Justine Triet. Okay, I was correct. So fuck you guys. Anatomy of a Fall was honestly perfection. It was perfection. It started off, it's a very slow movie, and I feel like I thought that I was gonna get bored, maybe, but I didn't get bored. I was hooked the entire time. It's such a good movie. I recommend. I'm not gonna say a lot about it. The Holdovers, it was alright. I liked it, but it was alright. Killers of the Flower Moon, didn't watch it. And now hear me out. Can I say my opinions here or not? I think I can. I don't care. Killers of the Flower Moon. Okay, Native Americans. Good, good concept, whatever. But I'm so sick. I'm so sick of it. I feel like every year in the Oscars, there has to be, a few like political statements. There has to be movies about glorifying like the American culture, glorifying like American war and stuff and history and stuff like that. So Oppenheimer, obviously, oh my god, this guy, he made the fucking first atomic bomb or nuclear bomb, whatever. Like, okay, great. I don't give a shit about it. You know what I mean? And Killers of the Flower Moon, I didn't watch it, but I know it's something with Native Americans. And okay, great, that's great, but I'm bored. I'm just bored. I don't want to watch this stuff. Past Lives, obviously, love that fucking shit. Fucking made me cry. Poor Things, must I say? Must I say more? I love Poor Things. And the Zone of Interest. Oh my god. I watched this in the cinema, guys. I don't want to spoil it, but but the beginning of it, it's like what it felt like at least 5 minutes, but it probably wasn't. Few minutes of dark screen and just like sounds. You know what I mean? Just like weird sounds. And I, for a second, when I was in the cinema, I thought, wait, is this part of the movie, or is the movie broken or something? But it was such a good movie. I think the acting was amazing. The story was amazing. And this is, by the way, this is the reason why I don't really watch like, I don't really like war movies, but I particularly don't like war movies, especially like World War II movies or World War One movies that are made by Americans, because it's just boring. Like, they just don't know how to make a good war movie. You know what I mean? Because it's always like, oh, the American perspective. I have a lot of opinions about America, but that's a whole nother episode. But you know what I mean? Like, they just don't know how to do it. They just don't know how to make it. So The Zone of Interest was amazingly done. A great new like perspective and a new way to make a movie about the Holocaust, which obviously I'm all about. I'm not all about the Holocaust. I'm all about, making, you guys know what I mean, right? Don't fucking come for me. Not a good, okay, fuck, you guys are stressing me out. I'm not all about the Holocaust. I'm all about new ways of making movies about the same ongoing topic. There you go. Please don't fucking cut this part out and put it out and say that I'm a fucking anti-Semitism or whatever the fuck you call it. I am not. God. Anyways, those are the movies, okay? Now, yeah, me and my friends had a little competition. I did guess them. Me and another friend, we were tied. We guessed the most. We guessed, I think, 17 out of, however, I think 20 categories maybe. And the thing about this is, okay, there's so many movies that I wanted to win. I wanted Poor Things to win. I wanted Barbie to get all the recognition, but obviously we can't have what we want because this is not a free world. But but my strategy was, you have to think about it logically. Like, who do you think will win? I did my research. Like, I made sure that I was gonna fucking win, okay? And I did win. So this right here is one of the gifts that I won. It was a handmade gift from one of the competitors. For those that can't see, it's a stuffed animal. The body is that of a duck and the head is that of a rabbit. Now, can you guess which movie is this for? I'll give you a few seconds. You are correct. It's for Poor Things. So in the end, when they're all chilling in the garden, we can see some animals that are, kind of sewed up, different animals sewed up together. Like, I don't know what it was, a fucking goat and a duck or whatever. So yeah, that's, and it stays with me right here. I sleep with it. I kiss it goodnight, all the good stuff. In my heart, everyone is a winner. Okay, you're a winner, baby. Drag Race, yeah. So I still appreciate that, I still love Poor Things, okay, and I still would have loved if it won, but it's a winner in my heart. It's a winner in my heart. And I must say that for Best Actress, we were all shocked that Emma Stone won. Not because she didn't deserve it. Obviously, she fucking deserved that. And we were all hoping for her to win, but we all kind of bet that Lily Gladstone was going to win because Native American and stuff like that. But Emma Stone won, and that was, guys, that was the best. That was the best part of the night. Emma Stone winning. She 100% deserved it. She's so amazing. I think she's becoming one of my favorite actresses. Like, she's so versatile. She's so good. Whatever. Anyways, that's the Oscars, okay? Now, what happened last year? That's what I wanted to discuss as well, okay? I haven't watched the Oscars in a long time. The last time I watched the Oscars was the year that Parasite won, 2019 or 2020. I think 2020, like the Oscars of the 2020 Oscars. And when Parasite won, okay, there was a lot of fucking Americans going on Twitter, obviously, and fucking complaining about it, saying like the Academy, like the Oscars are American, so we should like praise American artists, da da da. And I'm like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Like, you know what I mean? How can cinema and the film industry, how can they evolve when you're not recognizing new talent? And I made the whole episode about A24, and why I love A24 is because they recognize and they introduce so many new filmmakers, so many amazing new filmmakers, new stories, new movie, like, you know what I mean? Like, such a different perspective from what we're used to. And it's so important. It's so important to like recognize those talents. And I've honestly like ever since, I think I also might have mentioned this, sorry, but 2017 or 2019, god, I don't remember anymore, guys. I have no perception of time, but you guys know 2019, right? 2019 was my favorite fucking year of movies. It was such a good year. And then the Oscars came and none of my favorite movies were nominated, and all the same movies were nominated, fucking Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese. And I was like, why? Like, you could have nominated so many new filmmakers, so many amazing new movies in the scene, and all you do is like go back to the same old shit, and it's like, okay, I'm fucking bored. But Parasite winning, it was so monumental because it was an international film winning, and it was like, it's a big deal, guys. It's like, it's a really big deal. You know what I mean? But everyone was pissed. All these Americans were pissed, saying like, whatever. And that's the reason I feel like the Oscars, or like being nominated for an Oscar, is never a good goal as a filmmaker. And I feel like for me specifically, okay, bro, I'm hitting like two fucking like the most scrutinized categories, okay? I'm a woman in film, and I'm also not American. You know what I mean? So double the whatever it's called. So I don't think I could ever be nominated for an Oscar because I'm an immigrant woman in the film industry. And that's okay. Honestly, like, I feel like as long as whatever I make, as long as it's recognized by the audience is what matters at the end. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I don't give a shit. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't care what a bunch of old white men think about the movies or whatever. So that's why I just don't agree with the Oscars. Again, this year should have been the theme of the Oscars should have been women in film, and should have recognized women, but that didn't happen because they needed to make space for fucking Christopher Nolan, who, by the way, I didn't know hasn't won an Oscar. But I mean, make something good and then you might get nominated, whatever. Okay, I must say, okay, I have nothing against Christopher Nolan. The Batman trilogy is probably one of the best trilogy I've ever seen in my life. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's a really good trilogy. The sound especially is one of my favorite things from that trilogy. Amazing. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about him. But then Martin Scorsese, okay, God bless him. He's talented. He's been in the industry for years. But again and again, like, I don't care. I really don't care about him. I'm sorry, daddy. So since then I haven't watched the Oscars. And last year I also didn't watch them, but obviously everyone knows what happened. Fucking Will Smith got on there. Sorry, I said Will Smith. I thought he was gonna pop out of somewhere. Um yeah, he went on stage, slapped Chris Rock. Chris Rock, the fucking king of comedy. Uh he was the one and all only zebra in Madagascar, and that's my favorite role he's ever been in. Like that's a masterpiece right there. Chris Rock as Marty in Madagascar. Anyways, he goes on there and he slaps him, causes a whole fucking scene. The any staff or something from the Oscars, they don't do anything. They just kind of roll with it, right? And the worst part is because this is live, you guys. It's live. Everyone, this is gonna be on the internet forever. He's gonna be haunted by this. That's for Will Smith, with a little bit puke in there, because he's a fucking puke. Anyways, sorry. So he goes on there, right? After the Oscars, obviously there's a lot of talk. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, whatever. What did you do?" No. Everyone is attacking the Academy. They don't do anything until they got all this backlash, right? And I bet you 100% if there wasn't any talk about it, they wouldn't have done anything. But Will Smith still went on, won his Oscar, fucking standing ovation. Hello, he just slapped a guy on the face and you're standing up to clap for him? Disgusting. The Academy didn't do anything. They just fucking they banned him for 10 years, and that's not enough. I don't think that's enough. I think they should have taken away his Oscar. I feel like the Academy and Hollywood is it's so forgiving, is so forgiving towards men, and they're always they're always glorifying them in the industry. They can't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? But as a woman in the industry, for example, you're under like a fucking telescope. Every little thing, they find all the small things. Oh, why wasn't Greta nominated for Best Director? I want like a really good reason. And again, I'm not talking just about like the Barbie movie, okay? You can feel any kind of way about the part, but you have to look at Greta Gerwig as a fucking director. She's had so many good movies in the past, including Barbie. Okay, Barbie was amazing, and I feel like Barbie made such an impact on a lot of people, and that's why it should have been nominated. But why wasn't it nominated? You know what I mean? And Will Smith here, this guy, he can walk off and feel like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. And then he went on, oh, I'm so sorry, or whatever the fuck he did. And that's it. And it's like, okay. And then banned for 10 years. Okay, 10 years later, he's going to come back. They're going to invite him. He'll get nominated again. And it's like, what's the point? And of course, it's not. I feel like, obviously, it's not a huge thing that happened, but I think people should learn from it. Like, you can see how men and women are treated in the industry just by that alone. And so many in the past, fucking Harvey Weinstein, Roman Polanski, what was his name? Woody Allen. Hello? Pedophiles, abusers. But no, it's okay. They can come back, like they only banned them after after all the backlash that they got from the Me Too movement. Not before that. It's like, okay, we don't want to be seen as bad or whatever, so we're gonna ban it after we get all this backlash. Whatever. Anyways, the Oscars fucking suck. Sorry. That's the conclusion here. The Oscars fucking suck. Okay? My favorites obviously of last year was Poor Things. You can listen to that episode, but I feel so strongly about that movie. I feel like it empowered me in all the right ways. And I love Yorgos. He's like one of my favorite directors. So I might be a little biased, but still love him. Yeah. So that's it. Winners and losers. Although everyone is a winner in my heart. Will Smith, fuck Will Smith. And I guess I have written here, are the Oscars even relevant? That's a question I have written here in my notes. On my fucking notebook. Okay, yeah, I use a fucking notebook. Do you have a problem with that? Yes, it's 2024, but I still use a pencil and a piece of paper. Yeah. And what about it? What about it? Anyways, are the Oscars even relevant, guys? You tell me. I personally it's not something I strive for. I feel like awards are just awards. Doesn't matter. To me, what matters is what your audience thinks, what your viewers think. Do you like it? Do you not like it? You tell me. But are they even relevant? Because I feel like each year it gets worse and worse. There's like so many good movies that are not nominated, that are not recognized. You know what I mean? And all the same directors are like, I'm just so bored. I'm so bored. All the movies nominated, like it's always the same. I'm bored. You know, talking about like one example that I always use is the 2017 Oscars or 2018 Oscars with Moonlight, right? That year, all the movies that were nominated were about slavery. And I bet 100% it was like that because a couple years before that, the Academy got backlash for being racist or whatever. So they're like, let's nominate all the fucking slavery movies. And don't get me wrong, like, okay, make a statement. Like, you can make a statement with your movie. You can make a statement about, you know, topics like that. But it's just boring. It's so boring and it's so repetitive. You know, and I always use, for example, I always use Get Out by Jordan Peele as an example of a good movie because it covers a topic that everyone is doing, but it does it in such a different way, and that's why it was good. Whereas the slavery movies, it's like all the same. And they're all the same. Like, do something different, you know? Do something different. But who am I to say? I want to see something different. I want to everyone's making the same things all the time. So make something different. And again, Get Out is a perfect example of that. You can do something different. Oh God. Fuck movies, bro. Honestly, fuck that film industry. I don't even know why I chose this. Why did I choose this? Why am I torturing myself? You know what I mean? Like, I asked for it myself. That's what it is. God. Anyways. So, what else has been going on? I mentioned this month has been really fucking tiring. I just fucking I've worked. I'm tired. I'm sick of it all, guys. I'm fucking sick of it. You know what? Well, you know what? The only thing that keeps me going? The only thing that keeps me going is Bradley Cooper. Yes, Bradley Cooper. Something about his big nose, guys. So what else have I been watching? Actually, let's discuss some of the I wanted to talk. You know what I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about Saltburn. Okay, talking about movies from last year. Saltburn. Saltburn was not good, guys. It was not good. It was not good. And frankly speaking, okay, I'm not Frank, but I'm gonna speak like him. I'm actually really offended that people not only thought it was good, but they compared it, and this really hurt my soul. Okay, this really hurt my soul. People were saying, okay, People were saying, oh, if you liked Saltburn and if you thought Saltburn was fucked up, watch Midsummer. Watch Midsummer. It's the same thing. What the fuck? What the fuck, bro? I'm so fucking triggered right now. When I saw that, I was so fucking triggered. I was like, are you serious? How can you compare Saltburn to fucking Midsummer? And if you guys don't know, Midsummer is one of my favorite movies of all fucking time. When you ask me what's your favorite movie, I always say oh my god, I always say Midsummer. I almost said Saltburn. Midsummer is my favorite. So for you to compare, to even think to compare Saltburn to Midsummer, like a wet burp. You get a wet burp. Saltburn was not good. It was not fucked up. Like everyone was saying, like, oh my god, this is the most fucked up movie I've seen. Obviously, those people have not watched movies. You have not watched movies if you thought Saltburn was weird and fucked up. Yes, there was some, let's say, shocking scenes, whatever. I don't know. But I don't think it was good. It was not good. I don't understand it. Because it just, I feel like there was not enough information about Oliver's character. Why did he do that? And people, that's the thing, like, a regular viewer might say, oh, well, that's just how it is. He just wanted to like get rich and get a nice house, and that's it. But why? I need the backstory. I need like, where's the character development that made him do what he wanted to do? And I feel like the scene when with his parents, okay, I feel like that should have been the defining scene where we find out what the fuck is wrong with him. But it was such a regular scene that I was like, okay, what was the point of that? What was the point of even having that scene? So I wish there was like a little bit more backstory to his character and why he ended up doing what he did. Like, and I read somewhere there might be like a prequel or like a sequel. I have no idea. And I'm just like, why? You could have done this all in one fucking movie. I hate it. You know what I hate? You know what fucking pisses me off is like TV shows that get like, let's say both movies and TV shows that get 5,000 seasons, that get 5,000 parts. Like, you could have said this all in one fucking season, in one fucking part. Why are you making more shit? Huh? I don't care. And I always use this but fucking Stranger Things. Okay, let's talk about Stranger Things for a second. I used to like season 1 Stranger Things, my favorite fucking thing ever. I've rewatched it like 5 or 6 times. I'm not even kidding. I loved it. And I thought the first time I watched it, I was like, this is it. Like, it should end here and they shouldn't make any more. They shouldn't make any more because it's gonna be fucking ruined. And guess what happened? It did got fucking ruined. I never finished watching it. I think the new season just came out. I don't even know what season they're on. Okay, but it started so good, and they dragged it on for so long that it just became dumb and stupid. And that's what I mean. Why do you have to make 5,000 parts? Why do you have to drag it on? And yes, you get lost in the sauce, guys. You get lost in the money, in the shmoney and all that. Like, and I get it, but at the same time, like, how is that fulfilling? You know what I mean? I feel like the Duffer brothers, they should have just spent all the money that they got on Stranger Things making something new. You can make something new. God. This is why I don't watch TV shows. I don't watch TV shows because I don't watch TV shows and there's like unless there's like, I don't know, 2 to 3 seasons max. Because after that, it just gets boring. It's just like, it's bad. It gets bad. Everything gets repetitive. Like, there's nothing good about it. Even fucking, let's talk about fucking Squid Game. okay? Because they're coming out with a second season. Why? That's my question. Why do you need to make a second season? I feel like the first season was good on its own. I did not really like the ending. You know what I would have done? I would have fucking taken that money and just continued with my life. But this guy was like, oh, I'm a fucking hero. Like, let me go out and fucking save everyone with my fucking red hair. You know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up. No, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't do that. You know why? Because you would just take the money. Let's be fucking real. You would take the money and continue with your life. I think it would have been smarter if in every new season they introduce new characters. That would have been smarter. So we just leave it off with whatever his name was. I don't even remember anymore. And then the second season, the next season, you get new characters, you get new storylines, you get new games. That's the fucking part of it. Don't be a fucking hero now. In the second season, what? I'm gonna watch a fucking hot guy with the fucking red hair go after. I did not expect for this episode to get this fucking triggering. Okay, I apologize. I'm just really heated right now. God. Yeah, that's my opinions on TV shows, guys. I cannot. I just God, I'm just getting so emotional. Anyway, Saltburn, fuck that movie. It was not good, and the fact that you think that it's comparable to fucking Midsummer, get out. Get out. I don't want to hear it. It was not a good movie. It's nowhere close to Midsummer, okay? It's nowhere close to Midsummer. Anyways, what else I watched? Okay, this is what, guys. I'm late to the trends, but better late than never. Or is that the saying? I don't know. Better late than never. But yeah, better late than never, right? Americans? I don't know. This is what I watched, okay? I watched for the first time. I watched the movie 365 Days. Oh, that's my opinion of it. It's a really cringy movie that it's the storyline, okay? The storyline is fucking cringy as fuck. It was a hard watch, I'm not gonna lie. But the sex scenes, Michele, oh fuck, that was so good, guys. Like, it was so fucking good. I'm not gonna lie. He had a fucking rubber dick attached to him that was being sucked, and it was definitely a weird color. They didn't do a color match on that guy, but oh my god. Now, I've also never watched 50 Shades of Grey. I just never really got to it. I don't know. I could just, why would I watch that and be teased when I can just watch porn? You know what I mean? Also, I must say, okay, 365, okay? There was some really nice sex scenes. I'm not gonna lie. It was hot, okay? It was pretty hot, like, regular schmeg. For a movie, like, it was pretty good. However, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but my favorite sex scene of all time is in the TV show Beef with Ali Wong and I forgot his name, the guy from The Walking Dead, Steven something. In that TV show, it's the best fucking sex scene I've ever seen in my life, and nothing can top that, okay? But 365, it was close, guys. There was some good fucking sex in there, guys. I'm not gonna fucking lie. The acting, terrible. The storyline doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's weird. It's just straight up weird. Does not make sense. But the sex, yeah. Yeah, apparently there's 2 other movies, which you bet your ass I'm gonna fucking watch. I'm gonna watch them. And I'm gonna see what the fuck happens. But yes, I'm late to the trend. And you know what? I actually don't mind at all. I don't mind at all because when this movie was popular, everyone was fucking drooling on my Michele. Okay, apparently he has a girlfriend as well, which means he's out of the picture now. But still, everyone was drooling over him, and it's like, well, whatever. I don't want to be, I, I don't want to be another one of them. But now I get him all to myself. I get to drool over him all by myself, not with the whole internet. And that's the beauty of it. So, God bless. So, yeah, I watched that. I'm surprised that wasn't nominated for an Oscar when it came out because, wow. Hot damn. Also, the actor, he's like 30, he's like in his 30s. Okay, I thought he was at least 40. He's 30 something, which, guys, that means like he's right up my alley. Like I could totally this is my delusional self here, so like please support me. Please support me. Don't, cuz I'll get fucking triggered, okay? I could totally get him. He's right up my alley, right up my age range. Like, yeah, I can fucking do it. Who cares? God. I just can't stop thinking about him now. Makes me want to kick my feet and shit. And then I also watched, this is the last thing. Okay, this is the last thing. I also watched this documentary called The Program. It's a documentary series on Netflix, and it's about like this program for troubled or misbehaving teens. And the director, who's a woman, by the way, God bless her, she did amazing, by the way. The series is amazing. I 100% recommend it. She herself was put into those programs, and so she's making a kind of like an expose on them and like trying to figure out what the fuck happened there. And it's a really good documentary. Apparently Paris Hilton was also put into one of these programs and shit. But isn't that fucking crazy? I feel like this was a very vague description of the series, but I really don't want to. You know what? I hate talking about these things because I feel like I don't want to spoil too much. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'm doing this. I'm recording this for myself. No one is going to listen to this. No one is even going to watch this. Like, why am I like this? I can just tell you, I can just spoil everything for you guys. For that one person watching. But it's about this academy or program. It's like a boarding school, and their parents send their misbehaving kids there, which, by the way, the director, right, that got sent to one of those programs, she got sent because she got sent because she got caught drinking alcohol, something called Mike's Lemonade, which, but by the name itself, I would assume it's just lemonade with a little bit of alcohol in there. You know what I mean? Like, if she was caught drinking like whiskey straight out of the bottle, like, I get it, but it's a fucking lemonade, alcohol-related and lemonade. Alcohol-related lemonade, which doesn't sound too bad, but she got sent for that. And then the program there, I mean, like literally disgusting, like. And also, I don't know what it is, but like, I feel like recently I've been very sensitive about topics like this, like any topic about like child abuse, children, like, I don't know, it just gets me so emotional. I cried all throughout the series. Like, it's just fucking sad. Like, why would you abuse? Like, stop abusing children, guys. Please stop abusing children. This is my stance on this, okay? I do not support child abuse in any shape or form. Stop abusing children. Why would you do that? God. Can just abusers abuse each other? You know what I mean? Then I would feel less bad. Like, go abuse a fucking serial killer or something. Someone who deserves it, okay? And okay, yeah, you can say no one deserves it. Like, there's a fucking helicopter. Jesus fucking Christ, Toronto. Can I get like one fucking Sunday just relaxed and with no outside sounds? Like, also, what's going on with the weather? It's fucking March. It's almost the end of March. and there's fucking snowstorms out there. And now it's sunny and it's supposed to be warm. Like, can you make up your fucking mind? I don't know. Am I supposed to put away my winter jackets or keep them out? Like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Tell me. God. I got triggered around so many topics this episode. I don't know what's going on. I'm just so emotional, guys. So emotional. So yeah, anything to do with children, I just cannot. I cry. Like, it just makes me sad. So the conditions they were living in, like literally sleeping on mattresses in a hallway. Anything that you do, like they can speak to each other, they can look at each other, like it's just insane. It's insane. And then guess what? Like, I'm not surprised by this. This company, right? It's like a big company called Wasp or something. And they have a bunch of these schools and programs around the country in America. And guess who fucking started them and who runs them? A fucking Mormon. A fucking Mormon, guys. Now, no, you know what? I was going to say nothing against Mormons, but everything against Mormons. Mormons are so weird, and you can't convince me otherwise. I just did the cults episode, right? Mormons are weird. What is up with that? Joseph Smith? Come on, man. Why would you do that? Also, why is it that Mormons, I feel like any scandal with Mormons involves like abuse. Any scandal. Like, I also watched the documentary about the Duggars family, up 16 and counting or something, which I didn't know they were Mormons, but I should have fucking connected the dots. Fucking 16 kids, bro. Who has 16 kids? Mormons. They have 16 kids for some fucking reason. You know why? They probably don't use protection, guys, and they think it's for the Lord, and it's like, I'm doing this because God wanted me to do it and have kids and whatever. And they're secluded, and what do? They fucking abuse each other. They rape their own kids. They fucking rape their siblings. Like, what is wrong with Mormons? Can't you just like go find a Mormon outside of your family that you can abuse? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm actually not surprised that these programs were started by Mormons. Anything to do with like abusing children. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't shit on Mormons, but I must say that one of my goals, I don't know, one of my wishes before I die is to go to Utah. To go to Utah and see what's up. See what's up myself. I want to go there and meet the Mormons. I want to meet a Mormon. I want to meet them, interview them, see what's good, bro. See how many of their sisters and siblings they've abused. God, was that too fucking dark? I'm sorry. Now, I understand there's always exceptions, etc., etc. So I'm not saying that all Mormons are bad. God. How did we end up talking about Mormons? If you guys were part of any religion, what religion would you be part of? I would be an Amish. I would be Amish. I don't know if is that religion. I don't think they just. I actually, yeah, I don't think that's a religion. Like, I think that's just whatever. I would be an Amish. That sounds like fucking bomb. Like, when influencers go on like self-care retreats and like they disconnect from the real world and stuff like that. Like, I can do that, but just go to like an Amish community. I'll leave my technology. I'll, churn my own butter. I'll ride a horse. I've never been on a horse. I've never ridden anything, to be honest. I would say that I'm a pretty good rider, but I've never been on a horse. So I would love to experience a horse. Did you guys know that an elephant's dick is 6 foot? I heard that somewhere. I'm 5'7", by the way. So like 3 more inches of me. That's insane. Like how does that work? I feel like it must be a little bit smaller than that, I think. God, glad we ticked off the elephant's penis topic that I wanted to discuss. So thank you for listening. Oh wait. Okay, one last movie and then we can end the episode. Another movie that I watched was Priscilla. Finally, I watched Priscilla, guys. I'm late on trends. I know. I'm late on trends. I know it. Like I take my time, okay? Sometimes I don't have the mental capacity or focus to watch movies. But I watched Priscilla. It was good. It was good, and I must say that Jacob or Lodi whatever in this movie was pretty damn attractive. That's for him. Like I'm not going to lie, like I didn't understand the hype, especially like with Saltburn, for example. You know, everyone was drooling over him in Saltburn, but I was like, I don't get it. In Saltburn, he's not all that, and his British accent is got. That was probably one of the worst fucking parts. His British accent, like it was really bad. But in Priscilla, bro, I get it. I know like his character is technically not a good character, but but he was kind of attractive in that one, I'm not gonna lie. Now, what I didn't like about this movie is actually the backlash that it got for some reason. You know, people were very triggered that Priscilla herself would approve making this movie, and like, you know, even with the book itself, people didn't like it. People were like, why would you, like, you know, he's the king of rock, or yeah, he's the king. Is he the king of rock, or which king is he? I don't know. The king of rock and cocaine. But like he's not dead, like he's dead, he can't like defend himself, like you're just doing this for money. And this was very reminiscent to me of the Michael Jackson documentary series that came out, and people were also very triggered by that. And guys, I like, what happened with believing victims? You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, were you there? You know what I mean? I hate that it's like people nowadays are all about believing victims, all about supporting victims of abuse, of sexual abuse, of physical or psychological torture, all these things. Like you always stand with the victims. But at the same time, it's like when it comes to, you know, and there's so many examples, right? You have Elvis. People are like, don't scrutinize Elvis. He's, you know, he's dead. He's like he was the best. He was like a good church boy, whatever. You know, or like Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson would never do that. Michael Jackson would never do it. Woody Allen, he would never do that. You know, like there's so many of these celebrities, and funny enough, they're all fucking men. They're all men. You know? And I just hate that people always assume that this is for money. And maybe it is, okay? I wouldn't know. But at the same time, like, what happened to believing victims? Why is your first thought like, oh, they're doing it for the money? You know? Like when the Michael Jackson documentary series came out, I thought it was amazing. Like amazingly done. Okay, let me rephrase. I thought it was amazingly done, and I believe the victims. But everyone was like, no, they're just doing it for money. They're just doing it for money. Like there's no way Michael Jackson would do that. But how do you know? How do you know? To me, it makes sense. And talking about like Leaving Neverland, right? Leaving Neverland. There's also another documentary, by the way, called Abducted in Plain Sight, which is, I think, still on Netflix, okay? I think it came out probably around the same time as the Michael Jackson or whatever. But that's, if you watch the Leaving Neverland and you think like, oh, Michael Jackson would never. I would suggest watching Abducted in Plain Sight, because there's so much comparisons there, and it's like a good way to see that the behavior of Michael Jackson is very comparable to like someone that's not Michael Jackson, and that they would do the same thing, you know. But people are like, and you know, in Abducted this in Plain Sight, it's also like the main guy that did all, like, he abducted a girl and he raped her and like groomed her and all that stuff, and he groomed the parents. And this is where the point of comparison comes, because Michael Jackson did the same, because he had money, guys. Michael Jackson was rich, he couldn't do anything, you know. And there's always like, you always have to, I think you always have to separate the artist from, or what's it called, like the person from the art, or however, you know what I mean, like personal and famous. Like the way Michael Jackson was acting in public is probably not the same he was acting in private. So he probably, like, the way he was acting in public, being all nice, being all like, oh my god, I'm just like the nicest guy ever, you know. And that's why people had a hard time believing the victims, because, oh, Michael wouldn't do that, he's just a nice guy, he wouldn't rape little boys, he wouldn't fly them out from Australia, fucking groom the parents, you know, like, no, Michael wouldn't do that. What's up with Hollywood, guys? Hollywood is fucked up. If you have money in Hollywood, like, you can get away with anything. And that's the sad part of it. And that's why I don't want to go to Hollywood ever. I would never like move to LA and like start my career, my influencer career. Like, I feel like any industry in Hollywood is just as nasty and dirty, you know? But yeah, going back to Priscilla, okay? It was a good movie. I don't understand why people were so triggered. And obviously those were like Elvis fans, and they were like, oh, Elvis would never do that. Like, he's a good guy. You know, he was a good guy. Did you know him? Did you know him personally? Were you in Graceland yourself to see fucking, also, isn't it funny that like Michael Jackson had Neverland and Elvis had Graceland? Like, they both have some weird fucking names for their houses. I mean, that should have been the first red flag, guys. Graceland. Oh, Jesus. You know, and that's the other thing, right? Elvis was promoting himself as a fucking godly man, but he was like doing drugs and shit. Come on. Let's be honest. Thank you for stopping by for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked my little bed. You know, maybe next time I can invite you here. You can lay next to me, daddy. Sorry. Fuck. Bradley Cooper's high. Fuck. No, not Bradley Cooper. Yeah, but I would love like to hear your opinions on the Oscars. Let me know, like, what was your favorite movie of 2023? Okay, who do you think should have won, and why wasn't Greta Gerwig nominated for Best Director? You tell me your opinions, guys. If you're listening, tell me, like, why? God, just so fucking triggered. Anyways, thank you for listening. I love you. God, let me fix my posture when I'm saying goodbye. I love you, and have an amazing rest of the day, night, etc., etc. Penis.